God your heart's in this. Know the devil tryna cook, but just stay straight, just life it is. Know it's hard to stand strong, but you gotta get rid of all the fear. Know it's hard to change y'all, but you gotta look up in the mirror. Gotta look up in the mirror.
Be bold. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all know what it is. Big Peasy, Big 14. Today, we just gonna chop it up for a little bit. It's gonna be like barbershop talk, but it ain't barbershop talk for real. But today's title is Be Bold. I'm gonna say that one more time. Be bold. You know, a lot of times we take that saying and take that word and try to almost like water it down. It's definitely easier said than done. So we say it a lot, but we don't actually live it. We don't actually walk it out. We don't actually do what we're saying. We tell people to be bold, but we aren't bold ourselves. We lack courage at times. We move timidly. We move cowardly. We're not bold. And we need to change that as a whole. Not just y'all, but myself included. Been countless points in my life where I done punked out, where I done moved like a coward, where I done moved like being timid and stuff. But the thing about it is, God ain't tell us or call us to be timid. He didn't tell us or call us to be punks. None of that. What did he tell us to do? He told us to be bold. So he must be bold. And he told us to not fear. And sometimes boldness is not fearing. And sometimes boldness is being bold and walking on courage and walking on faith, even when deep down you might be scared. You might be nervous. You might be confused on is this really what I'm supposed to be doing, or will this work out? Be bold. Be courageous. God told us to be bold and be courageous. And I keep repeating that because we must really understand that plenty times in the Bible, plenty times in the Word, plenty times in the thing he gave us, which is the Bible and the Word, that should be the blueprint, that is the blueprint for our life and how we should live. He tells us, be not afraid, I am with you, and be bold. Be courageous. In one instance in the Bible, he says, be only bold and courageous, which lets you know, don't be anything else but this thing I'm telling you to be, which is bold and courageous. And if we trust in his word, it might be easier for us to be bold and to accept that calling and that way of life that he has given us. And many times, I know for myself included, where I'll just talk about me, I done missed out on plenty of opportunities in my life, plenty of blessings, plenty of things that could have helped me in my future, helped me where I was at right then and there, that could have set me to another part, another echelon, another stage of life that I missed. I missed out on it. I didn't take advantage of it because I was scared, because I doubted myself. I didn't doubt God, I doubted myself. And let me ask y'all a question. Is that me doubting God? If I know God is in me and I'm doubting myself, am I doubting me or am I really doubting the God that is in me? And I'm just asking, like, y'all can tell me what it is. It's just, I just want to know. But I missed out on plenty of opportunities to where I could have been in a better place. But I wasn't bold enough to take a stand on it. I wasn't bold enough to walk on it. And I'll get different offers to do this, different offers to do that. I could have been a church drummer. I could have been a church keyboardist. I could have been working for a Power Four conference, a team in the ACC, a team that can go to the playoffs. I could have been working for a team that has more funding than where I'm at right now, a team that could have gave me a scholarship at a better school than I'm at right now. I love my school, but that's that was a better school, and that's just calling a spade a spade. But I was scared. I wasn't bold. I wasn't courageous when I had the opportunity to apply, because somebody says you should apply to this. Somebody that believed in me more than I believed in myself. You should apply to this. You most likely will get it. Your name holds weight. My name holds weight. Look at your resume. Look at your references on your resume. The people who are vouching for you, they name hold weight. So most likely you will get it. But because I didn't believe in myself, because I didn't believe in the ability that I had, I didn't take it. So now I'm in the same place that I was 2-3 years ago, because an opportunity that I had to leave and go to a new place, go to a place that I want to be, or I wanted to be at the time, I didn't take advantage of it. Be bold. 2, 3 years ago, or maybe even 4, I had an offer. Somebody said, hey, come be the keyboardist at my church. We can really use somebody like you. Whoop, yada, yada, yada. But because I didn't believe in my ability to be able to play the keyboard, to be able to play the keys and play different songs like I feel like they should be played, or at least not that I feel like should be played, but I couldn't make it sound like how it sounds at other churches or how other musicians make it sound, I started doubting myself and my ability to do that. And I didn't turn it down. I just kept on putting it on a back burner to where the offer left. And this wasn't just a 1-2 week thing or a 1-2 month thing. This was a constant thing of, nah, come play the keys, come play the keys, come play the keys. All right, I'll think about it. All right, I'll pray on it. I'll let you know. And I never let them know. Or I made an excuse on why I thought it couldn't work. And then I go to that church, and they have a keyboardist. Now they have a keyboardist. Man, it's cold. I ain't gonna cap. But they have a keyboardist. The position that I could have had to be glorifying God and giving my gift back to God that He's given me, I turned it down because I was scared. Had another job offer before that one. Hey, come play the drums at my church. Like, if you want to get paid, we can pay you. But come play the drums at my church. We can really use you. You can use your talents. You're a cold drummer. You can do this, you can do that. All right, bro, I think about it. I'll pray on it. I'll sleep on it. And this was something that was given to me. Like, it was a constant thing for multiple years. Like, this offer lasted longer than the keyboard one. But because I was scared. And this is the crazy part with me. I just be stupid sometimes. I grew up playing the drums. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident. They may call me conceited, but I know I'm cold. And that's just the way I was raised. Bet on yourself, you know? Like, be your biggest supporter. You practice all these years. You practice all these hours on this craft. So you should feel like you can go one-on-one and go up against anybody, the best of them, and still be able to hang with them, still be able to bang with them. And that's how I felt growing up, even now. But when I had that offer, it's like that confidence went away. And I put it on a back burner because I didn't believe in myself. That was another opportunity to let the glory of God be shown in me and through my life. That was another opportunity for me to give back something that God has given to me, to give it back to Him so He can get the glory out of it. An opportunity for me just to say thank you with something He gave me. He gave me the ability to play these instruments. He gave me the ability to take what's in my head and put it down in my feet and put it down in my hands and make a sound out of it. He gave me the ability to recreate a sound that I'm hearing in my mind, that I hear in my head. He gave me that ability. And yet, 2 different occasions when I had the opportunity to give that ability back to Him so He can get the glory, to be able to minister to His people, the people that He called His people, the people that came to His church, to His place of worship, and I turned it down because I wasn't bold, I wasn't courageous, and I doubted myself, and I doubted the gift that God given me, that God gave me, was stupid and bad. And another thing about that is I wasn't mature enough in the faith, and I'm still learning this even now, that if God wanted me to do that and I did that and I was still worried about how I would sound, or me trying to think that I can't make it sound like such and such or make it feel like such and such, when truth be told, God didn't give me the same feeling and touch as such and such, didn't give me the same things to hear and pick up on as such and such, because if he wanted such and such, he would have got such and such. But he asked me, he called me for a reason. He gave all of us specific things for specific reasons. We doubt ourselves, we doubt the gift that God has given us and opportunities God has given us, but he gave us different things in us for him to pull out to get the glory out of it. We can't we can't we can't afford to just be nonchalant with it and not take advantage of when God has given us an opportunity to let that gift be put on display. And then to go back to the first part is, who's to say that if I got up there and played the keyboard, God wouldn't have took over my fingers or my mind and done something and surprised and went past my own bar for myself. But we will never know because I didn't take that chance. I could have had a chance to feel the glory of God like I never felt before. I have the sounds in my mind, and I can move my fingers like never before. So God could have done something with me and through me and for me that I just would never know because I didn't take that chance. I didn't walk on it. Same with the drums. I can do some crazy things on the drums, but yet I was being a punk. And even throughout my doubts, if I still say yes, who's to say he wouldn't have done something crazier than what I thought I could do? Who's to say he wouldn't have got the glory with doing something I didn't think I can do? But because God is God and God has no limitations, he can do it. He would have made it been done. It would have been done. Be bold. Be only bold. Be only courageous. And there's different things to, like, even the other job opportunities I done had that I passed up on because I was scared. I had to learn the hard way to stop doubting myself. I had to learn the way of pain. I had to learn the way of embarrassment. People had to remind me of who I am, and that's a problem. People shouldn't have to remind us of who we are, but people had to remind me of who I am. People had to remind me of the person that they met, that I wasn't that person at that moment because I was too scared, because I was too anxious, because I was too afraid. But when I was reminded of who I am, when I was reminded of what I was going through, and I gave it to God, and he took away the fear, I became the person that God and the man that God had called me to be, right? I started to go past all the bars that was set for myself, that I set for myself. I surpassed all the bars that was set for me from other people. We went higher. We was just in the office two days ago, and they were joking about, it must be, if y'all win this award 3 times in a row, it's gonna have to be rigged, because we never heard of this before. And truth be told, we never won the award until I joined the team. And I'm not saying it has something to do with me, but our presence can definitely change the culture and the atmosphere of wherever we are. It might not be a direct change, but God called us the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. We must remember that, because when I remembered and when I was reminded of who I am and who God called me to be, the meaning of my name that I talked about the first time, I had to be reminded who I am, because the meaning of my name is literally God will uplift. God will live. God will uplift. And In the Bible, it says that God will raise us in His time. I'm paraphrasing right now. I'll have to. I'm dang near freestyling. I'm gonna have to go like reread that scripture, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. But in His time, God will lift us up. God will lift. God will uplift. But because I was too scared to leave where I was at, to go somewhere bigger, to go somewhere better, I missed out on an opportunity for God to uplift another program, for God to save people through me. I'm not even saying like through me. I'm not trying to be cocky, but it's one of those. If I went to this school, who would have been affected by the God that I served? Who would have been affected by my walk of life chasing after Christ? That is a bar. Putting that in the next song. You feel me? But who would have been affected by my walk with Christ because I decided to take a chance and walk out on faith? The gospel could have been spread in the office that I was going to be in. I'm not saying that it's not being spreaded right now. But like in Mark 14, let me say this real quick. Let me find it. Let me find it real quick for y'all. Yeah. Never mind. Scratch that. I ain't want to read that no more. But like the gospel must be preached. God must be glorified. God must be lifted up. If we don't do it, the rocks will do it. And I refuse to let the rocks do it for me or instead of me or because I'm not doing it. But the thing is, I could have changed another atmosphere by walking in there and letting God use me. People could have been saved by me being in that atmosphere and me being in that facility and God using me. But we will never know because I didn't take that chance on faith. I didn't walk. I wasn't a mighty man of valor, which means courage, which means faith. I wasn't that. And that's what God called us to be. God didn't call us to fear. He didn't call us to worry. And if you look at different names of God, if you really study the names of God, a lot of these names show us why we are not to fear, why we are not to be afraid, why we are not to be scared. Be not afraid, I am with you. Even in Joshua, be not afraid, I am with you. He told Joshua during his commission that, honestly, I'm paraphrasing again, that the battle is already won. All you have to do is walk. Every soul that your feet touches is yours. You just have to walk on it. We just have to walk on it. We can't be afraid. We must walk and step out. When God bid Peter out, I believe it's Peter. God, I praise Peter. I don't want to sound foolish right now because I'm a little delirious. I'm tired. But when God bid out Peter, I don't believe Peter said, "Tell me to walk on water." He just said, "If it is you, bid me out." And Jesus bid him out of the boat. And the initial step was not on water. His initial step was on a word of come out. And he walked on the word. But when he got scared, when he saw where he was at, when he heard the wind, when he saw the wind, when he felt the wind, he stopped focusing on the word and he started focusing on the circumstances and focusing on what was going on around him. He started, I ain't gonna say he started doubting, well, yeah, why is your faith so weak or little? But once we stop looking at the word, that's when we fall. When we get scared, that's when we fall. When we lose our faith, that's when we fall. We can't afford to do that no more. We're in a time to where cowards can't beat cowards. We must walk. we must take advantage of different things that God has given us. If God gave us an opportunity to go do something and it's from God, take it. Don't focus on what ifs. God didn't give us what ifs. He gave us what is. Focus on what is. Focus on Him. What is to come, not what ifs. He didn't give us imaginary circumstances of what can happen. He told us what will happen. Focus on what will, not what can. It's two different things. One may happen and one will happen. Why are you focused on the one that truthfully will not happen, and not focus on the one that is? We're not focused on the concrete. We're not focusing on the rock. We're not focusing on the firm foundation. But we're focusing on the sand, and we must stop that. And I'm talking to myself. I had to learn that the hard way. Where I'm at, I want to leave. I ain't gonna cap. I'm tired of being out here. I tell my parents this and my brother all the time. I'm tired of being out here. I love the place. I love the city. But I'm ready to go somewhere else and grow. But the opportunity that I had to go somewhere else and grow, I didn't take advantage of it. I didn't take it. I didn't even throw my name in the hat when others wanted me to throw my name. When others were getting ready to throw my name for me and I told them to stop, I didn't even put in an application. And it's not like I would have been somebody unknown, because the people over know me. I've met them. I've had multiple conversations with them on different occasions. They know me. They know where I'm from. They know where I'll come. They know the cloth that I'm cut from. But I didn't take advantage of it. The ones sponsoring me, they know them. Their names have weight. But I didn't take advantage of it. I doubted myself, and I doubted my ability. And with me doubting my ability, I doubted the God that gave me the ability. We can't do that no more. We gotta stop being scared. Gotta stop being timid. Gotta stop being cowardly. Be bold. Be courageous. And let God use you. Y'all be blessed.
That's why I don't feel like myself if ever I'm without you. Gon' do whatever it take to live my life out you. Yeah, I get hype out you. Hype out you. Adonai, El Shaddai, Elohim, Jehovah Jireh, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, ride for my everything. Yeah, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, ride for my everything. Love you cause you Lord of Lords, King of Kings, ride for my everything. My everything. Lord of Lords, King of Kings, ride for my everything.